Hey, what is up guys? Alex here from Tech Inspected coming to you with an unboxing of this feature phone, the HMD 105 2G. Now, I believe there's a 4G version or whatever. This is about 13 US dollars. I paid about 750 Philippine pesos. Now, HMD, reason why I bought this, I personally bought this with my own money, is the successor to the Nokia branding. HMD back in 2016 bought Nokia's mobile division in 2016, and all Nokia products since 2016 have been made by HMD with Nokia branding, which brings us to why I kind of hate this brand. I hate this brand because back in 2022, I bought a Nokia 210 and it basically had scratches at level 0 and it was scratched out of the box, and I was really unimpressed by the build quality.
Flashback.
Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh, is it scratched up? Or is there a plastic protector? Bro, we got scratches on our phone already. Look, I'll try. I know a towel or whatever, it's not the way you're supposed to clean a phone. But look at that! Oh, God. Look at the amount of scratches I'm able to put into this thing. Nokia's dead, dude.
End of flashback.
But because we needed one, I bought one recently, but essentially a couple weeks ago. So this is the HMD 105. Now, since 2024, Nokia's sort of branding license have been expired. So now HMD only makes HMD phones, and they claim that they're Nokia inspired. They're still the makers of Nokia phones. However, the quality is just not the same as Nokia, but we'll find out if it's enough to work with in this Nokia-less world. Let's check it out in our unboxing. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the video. Okay, so this is the box of the HMD 105. It is an unassuming box. There's IMEI numbers on the bottom, on the left side. This is a purple box, even though I bought the blank one. It does say black somewhere around here. There it is, black. And on the back, we get the features: 2-inch display, solid and strong design, quote unquote. I don't know. We'll see if it scratches at the level 0. Long-lasting 1000 milliamp hour battery. It is only a 2G device. The reason why I bought this for my parents is because one of their old Nokias are memory fulls and it's really slowing down. So I bought a new one to replace their old Nokia. Just for my own sake, I'm going to record every single second of this unboxing section just so we can tell if the unit has scratches at level 0. There's the unit itself, HMD. Now, I'm not against the look of the logo. There it is, the phone itself. Oh, doesn't look like it has scratches right now. That's a good thing. Oh, there might be a little one right there. So, in my Nokia 210 unboxing, I used a towel to wipe it, and it added tons of extra new scratches on it. We're going to test that later. We got a quick guide, HMD 105. And then we have a power adapter. The BL L5K 1000 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts, 3.7 watt hours. All right, so here's what's under the back cover. We have HMD Global OY, Finland, quote unquote Finland. I think HMD is still primarily a Chinese brand. We got 2 SIM slots, mini SIM size, and a micro SD card slot. Okay, so this is the HMD 105 2G, as you can see right here. And we got the 2-inch display. I don't know the resolution of this, so it's probably like 2 pixels by 4 pixels or something. It's not much of a, display, but it does the job, I would suppose. It's not even like it's one of those old type displays where the viewing angles are terrible the viewing axis. Look at this. It just turns into pure white. But whatever. It is 13 US dollars or 750 Philippine pesos. So I guess you can't really complain. Now, the keypad is pretty decent, I think. The size of the buttons and the click response is okay for me, right? One thing I do notice is that the build quality is just nowhere near Nokia quality at all. So you can't feel it because your hands are not here physically, but when I tap this thing, it vibrates. It's sort of like there's a tuning fork inside when you tap this thing, and it has a battery inside. I don't know what kind of thing is making that sort of vibration feel, where it just feels like some tuning fork is going like this when you're tapping it. It feels hollow, right? But that's to be expected, I suppose. I wasn't expecting anything great, but let me just tell you that itel makes probably better build quality than this. Previously, I unboxed an itel feature phone, and I was more impressed by that build quality than this thing. But whatever, this is HMD. Has the Nokia pedigree or branding, so maybe it's better. Maybe it's just the keypad sound seems. I mean, the volume of the touch sounds or whatever it's called seems all right. This is good. One thing I notice is the recent HMD Nokias have really weak headphone sounds when you're taking calls, so we'll test that later as well. All right, so let's do the screen scratch test at a level 0 and see what it can do. This is a microfiber cloth. Look at that. It didn't scratch. Okay, that seems to pass. Okay, all right, Nokia. I mean HMD. You're doing better than the 2,000 peso $40 Nokia 210 already. Wow. Congrats. All right, so let's look at the parts of the device here of the HMD 105 2G. So we have the keypad here, pretty decent size. I like that. It's easier to tap. Maybe doesn't have the old like tick sound of the previous Nokia products, but it still feels tactile enough to touch. Oop. So it has a built-in radio, as you notice, and it does suggest that you plug in a 3.5 millimeter headphone to have a better signal of radio. But it does still play the radio without the headset. I'll press stop here. Okay. So it is a dual mini SIM. Up top, we have a dual LED light for flashlights. On the right, we have nothing except for the little place where you pull the back off. HMD branding at the back. We have this little plastic. It looks and feels like it was 3D printed, by the way. Rough 3D print. And then on the bottom, we have a lanyard port, 3.5 millimeter headset jack, and a micro USB port for charging. That's about it. There's no cameras or anything, which is fine because my parents don't need a camera on their basic phone. So this is the interface. It's pretty basic interface. Kind of Nokia Symbian-ish. But I'm pretty sure they have a different name for this now. If you go to the menu is pretty standard. It's not the slowest user interface in the world, and I'm able to navigate without much issues here. There is a tone setting here. Let's check out the ringing tones. That's passable. Display settings, you can increase the brightness. There we go. Or decrease the brightness and the brightest timeout. The display brightness is fine. It's just the viewing angles are crap, though. I don't remember if the other Nokia phones have, better displays than this. But this is... I'm not going to complain about a crappy, viewing angle display on a budget phone like this. Now, it does have Snake, right? This is a pretty passable game of Snake, in my opinion. As you can see, very easy to play, doesn't lag. It does have other games, but they're like demos. Play 3 free trials of Racing Attack. All right. Now, what happens if we run out of the trials? Oh, God. Well, honestly, I'm not going to hate this game. It's whatever. For a basic phone like this, I'm okay with this. However, now we only have 2 free trials left. And then there's Blackjack. Let's try Blackjack. Deal. Oh, what card is that? 2 and a 4. Hit. 14 hit. Okay, that's 17 stand. Wow. All right, whatever. Goodbye. And then there's Doodle Jump. I have no idea how much these games cost. Oh, it's a little... This one might be a little laggy. Maybe I'm staring at my display instead of the game. Maybe I'm just looking at the camera instead of the game. Okay, this is playable. We should look at the actual display. Yeah, not bad. I wonder how much this costs, though. Arrow Master. These are all Gameloft games. Oh, how do you... Oh. What? Huh? What? Okay. So you just shoot these guys in a straight line. Okay. This is like, I don't know, Galaga or something. Anyways, that's that. And Crossy Road. Okay. Chicken. A chicken? Go chicken. Okay, I like this. This is cool. Oh yeah. I'll play this a lot. Let's go. The scrolling is too slow. Oh, okay, never mind. What else is here? Football Cup. Oh, no, I don't want to buy it. What? How are we playing this? Oh, okay. And the power. Oh, too much power? That's whatever. Anyway. So that's the user interface. It's pretty basic. There's a radio, which is nice. Let's see text messages. Okay, let's try and create text message. The quick space I see. So the keys are slightly more mushier than typical Nokia ones. Because the return of the click is just a little bit less perfect. Oops, clear. Yeah, so if you're an avid texter on these old T9 keyboards, you will definitely feel the difference. I suppose the interface is slightly lagging over the things that they're typing as well. So here's a demo of the backlit keypad as well. So we do have backlit keypad, thankfully. I didn't think it was backlit, but it is. So thankfully that also is there. Now check this out. It has a always on display. What a crazy feature. Now I don't know if that display eventually turns off. There should be 10 seconds before that display turns off, but maybe not. Oh, it does. It does turn off. Okay. It's too bad.
Hello, what is up, guys? This is a voice call recording made from the HMD 1052G phone. So this is the microphone of the HMD 1052G. I am making a call using the HMD 1052G. This is the built-in microphone of the headset. We're recording a voice call taken from the HMD 1052G into a different cell phone that is recording this audio right now. So this is the microphone quality you should expect if you're making a call from the HMD 105. This is what other people will hear from your end as you are calling them with this phone.
Anyways, I think that gives it a pass. I'm gonna call this a pass. I'm okay with this kind of product. The pricing is all right. The design is a little boring and very kind of crappy quality, like 3D printed quality, but it is what it is. It is the kind of product that you get these days. If you want something that isn't part of the Nokia ecosystem or part of that history with the interface that is more akin to the Nokia stuff, you can just buy an iTel, and those are built better, in my opinion, than this. But thankfully, this doesn't scratch at a level 0 anymore. And this is a passable Nokia replacement for cheap if you have elderly, parents or grandparents that need a Nokia replacement. Anyway, that's it for me, Alex from Tech Inspected. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.